Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's lesson. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's take a look at today's lesson objective. So today we will find the area of rectangles. Okay, so the TEKS we're focusing on today are 5.3i and 5.4h. Now, before we get into our problems for today, let's take a look at what is area. So area is a measurement of a space inside boundary lines, and they're measured by square units. So we are figuring out this area. We're figuring about the area that a two-dimensional shape takes up, right? We're not looking at depth. We're just looking at the width and the height. So how we find area is going to be by multiplying the width times the height. That will give us area. All right. Let's take a look at this problem right over here. Oops, I already went ahead. So we have to find the area of a rectangle with side lengths of 3 units by 2 units. So I've already have my labels up here, but here is our rectangle, right? So we have a rectangle of 3 units by 2 units. So we're looking at square inches. How many square units can fit inside this rectangle? So over here, I have 1 square unit, right? But I have 3 units, and I have 3 units as my width, and then I have 2 units as my length. So how many square tiles can fit inside of a rectangle that is 3 units by 2 units? So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square units. So the area equals 6 square units. Now I can do this by separating my rectangle into square units, or I can also go ahead and multiply, because to find area, it is length times width. Now, why does this work? Well, I can see right here that I have 3 rows of 2 units. So to find area, all I would have to do is take my 3 rows and multiply them by 2, which gives me 6 square units. Okay? Or we can also say units squared. So this is going to be my area. Now let's go ahead and take a look at one more problem. Now, what if I have an area that has side lengths of 3 units by 2.5 units? So let's go ahead and take out a rectangle. So here's my rectangle. It is 3 units by 2.5 units. So there's my 1 square unit. I need to go ahead and fill in 3 rows. And now let's go ahead and fill in my second row. Now I have a little bit more space, but it's not going to be a third unit. I have 2.5 units. So let's go ahead and cut that unit in half and get 1/2 unit going all the way down. So if I were to count these up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square units, but I have a little bit more. So I have 1/2 3 times. Oops. So I have 6 whole units plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2, which is going to give me 6 3/2 units, or which is equal to 7 1/2 square units. It's going to put down square U. Okay. Now that's one way that we can go ahead and do that. We can divide our rectangle into square units and make sure that we show our half and count the units that we have. Or we can go ahead and use multiplication the same way we would if we had lengths that didn't have fractions. So I have 3 units of 2.5, or 3 rows of 2.5 units. So I'm going to do 3 times 2.5. So what I can do from here is I can go ahead and separate my 2 from my 1/2. So then I could do 3 times 2, which gives me 6. And then I can do 3 times 1/2, which will give me 3/2, because I have 3 groups of 1/2, which is equal to 1 1/2. So then if I combine 6 plus 1 1/2, that gives me 7 1/2 square units. That's one way that we can go ahead and solve it as well. Either way will work. We can go ahead and separate our square into square units. It's not the most efficient way of solving the problem, but that definitely is a way that we can use to solve the problem. Or we can go ahead and use our math, which is a little bit more efficient, to solve for the area. All right, let's go ahead and review today's lesson objective. So today, hang on. So today we found the area of rectangles. All right, so welcome back. Hope this was a helpful lesson. Hope you learned a lot, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.